Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. You know, all we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
You see, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-uppiness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-uppiness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things, because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions, not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission. Learning to not feel guilty about selfish decisions. You and your best self would be on a head-on collision. You will not be stopped by obstacles that drive by. Those who wanna see you fall, cause more wanna see you fall. You will be so focused, you won't get no peace at all. Till you go from mud feet to walking on streets of gold. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Dr. BOA, the utmost most alpha surgeon, helping you to become your most alpha version. Old and new you, this is where they will be merging. Give money today, so later you'll be splurging. Tell them haters you do not care what they say about you. Just mentally vow to make them live without you. When your vision sprouts to living in from chasing it. When they say your name, just make sure they put some bass on it. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. She think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Alphas don't trust hoes. They just think they should be. Trust me. Alphas take control. They just let they bitches lead. I'm just saying I'm the motherfucking man, cause my bitch ain't got no plans and my wishes are command. And everything that she do is for the team. Seeing daddy win the ring is her motherfucking dream. And she knows everything I want, everything I need, it's a guarantee. Everything I do, everything I say, it's my way, you know way, you know way, it's okay, you know. Your bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. I don't trust these hoes. They just don't know honesty. I stay in control. Never relinquish the lead. I'm just saying you are not the fucking man if your bitch got her own plans and your wish ain't her command. And everything that she do ain't for the team. Seeing you in the ring ain't her motherfucking dream. She should know everything you want, everything you need, it's a guarantee. Everything you do, everything you say, it's your way, you know way, you know way, it's okay, you know. Your bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight.
What's good, homies? What's good? It's your man, Dr. BOA. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear, man. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear, man. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear, man. I'm trying to do something a little different, man. Trying to rock with the cordless. Trying to rock with the cordless a little bit, man. The wireless headphones, man. Just trying to rock with them a little bit. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. So look at here, man. I appreciate y'all being in the building. You know, we about to go incognito. So listen, man, if you want to be in this live chat, man, I'm going to have to tell you what you got to do. You got to go to the main channel page.
You got to become a member of the channel. Once you do that, you can put yourself in the game, man. Go ahead, jump on the membership. Come on back through, man. Follow through with us, man. Come on, join this live chat, the coldest live chat, the realest live chat, the most alpha live chat on the platform, man. You can't find one better than this. So y'all go ahead and do that, man. As far as the Green Label Gang, man, salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all being in the building, man. I know it's been a minute. I've been traveling a little bit, man. Had to dip over to the ATL, man, and kick it with my kinfolk, man, just this weekend, man. Just get over there, man. We had a blast over there. I had a blast over there, man. Got a chance to kick it with my family, man, kick it with my moms and all that, man. And actually intermingled a little bit, man. And every day in life, what I try to do, man, is I try to apply these Pimp principles to the square world. You understand? Whether it's in business, whether it's in personal interactions, and more definitely when it comes to interacting with women. And I always do it, and I'm always going to be the same way every time in every situation because I know this is what works. So after spending a few days over there, man, I came back and I said, you know what? Let me go in and retouch and update the top 10 Pimp principles. So we could come in and have another conversation about it because we know the world is constantly changing. And as the world changes and rearranges, then, we have to make slight adjustments to the way we engage with said world. If not, you end up getting left behind, man. You end up being one of these cats, man, that's talking that stuff that don't work no more, but you ain't been active. You ain't been out here. You ain't been intermingling. So you don't know what works anymore. And we don't ever want to become one of those guys, man. So that's why we're here today, man. I'm going to give people a chance to go in there right quick, man. If you want to come on back, man, and join the channel, man, come on in and join. Go ahead and do it because we will be going incognito in 3, 2, 1. And there you have it. So salute to the people in the building. J2 Cool, what's good, man? Markel, I see you, young homie. G Brown, what up? What up? SJ3, my brother, I see you in the building as usual, man. Rashad McCord, my African brother, man. If you want to get over there to Africa, man, I'm going next year, man. I'm going to holler at Shad, man, to get over there to Ghana, man, to see what's cracking over there. Talking to my partner Fee about it, man. So One Love City, what up, man? Appreciate you being in the building, man. Mill J, I see you. El Yagami, what's good, man? Fox Trot, what up? Chief Stand Still, my brother, salute to you. Evans, what's good, man? DTS, I see you in the building, homie. DB3, what up? Mr. O with the info. Salute to you, man. I appreciate that, Mr. O. We're going to go ahead and highlight that at Book of AlphaRonomy. Dr. BOA, hope you get that 200K, 2,000 live chatters and monetized on your platform. You saved a lot of lives. Salute. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Another brother, man, over there grinding this channel, man. Y'all go over there and check him out, man. Go ahead and sub to him, man. Them subscriptions, man, and those likes and all that, man, they keep brothers motivated, man, to do the thing they're going to do, man. As you can see, man, I created me a new logo, man. I thought my other logo was a little bit busy, man. So, y'all put a one in the chat, man, if y'all digging the new logo, man. I got it up there in the corner, man. That's a new logo. We're going to rock with that one for a minute. So, all right, man, let's get ready to do this. G Brown, what up, man? Make sure I ain't forgetting nobody, man. I think that's everybody, man. So, Flawless Fitness, what up? I see you, man, in the building. All right, man, so let's do this. Now, first of all, let's go ahead and get this out the way. The way this chick Megan Thee Stallion responded to DaBaby doing a song with Tory Lanez right after she accused him of putting an iron on her. The way she responded was not the response that a woman has when she's just talking about a friend, a platonic friend. So I knew there had at least been a frolic in the hay between the two. I didn't know how consistent it was. I didn't know how many times, but I know a woman's reaction. A woman reacts differently when her feelings are involved. A woman's feelings can be involved with her friend, but it's more of a disrespect thing. A woman's feelings involved with a man she's intimate with, a man she's emotionally attached to, is hurt. There's a difference between a woman's pain and a woman's anger. Now, the lines are blurred because there's only so many emotional responses she can have. Like she may be, in pain, or she may feel disrespected and she may lash out the same way. So you have to look at other factors. So what we're going to do, man, we're going to take a dive into this thing, man. And as we go along, we're going to dive into this top 10 list of pimp principles that you must apply to the square world in order to maintain the control that you gain in your relationship. And we also going to see a couple of beta male simp manginas talking some talk that we ain't with over here. And I want to break it down and give some clarity to some of these things. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of this simp talk will make a lot of sense to you. Them lights killing me, man. I know y'all can't see them, but boy, they killing my eyes, man.
All right, there we go. There we go. So a lot of times you'll be in a situation where you hear these guys talking to beta male simp mangina talk, and man, it sounds good. It sounds like they figured out how to live in the perfect world with a relationship, but then you hear the beta male simp manginitis aspect of it come to the forefront. So let's dive into this, man. Howard Webster, what's good, Web? All right, man. Let's take a dive off into this thing, man. Again, salute to the Green Label Gang. Bless up to the Alpha Sphere. King Ray Ray will be making an appearance early tomorrow morning, man. So by the time most of you guys wake up, King Ray Ray will have come and gone. But if you up early, you'll have a chance to kick it in the kingdom, man. So let's go ahead and look into this thing, man. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
It's just so funny. You cannot take social media serious at all. Guys get mad at me because they telling me how beautiful I am, how fine I am. Bitch, I already know that. Your compliment is just extra. So because you're saying that, what you want me to do? Because I'm not gonna say thank you. Yeah, I know that. I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm fine. Doesn't have anything to do with confidence. It's who I am. So you get mad because I'm not flattered. You get mad because I don't trip and fall over your compliment and fall on your dick. Or
See, here's the thing that men don't understand. She's talking all of this because only a beta male simp mangina jumps in a woman's comments and talks about how fine she is. If you have ever said to a woman, "You are so fine," or "You are so beautiful," that was a beta male simp mangina move. I'm not saying you were overall a beta male simp mangina, but only a beta male simp mangina, especially in this day and age, believes that is effective. There's two kind of men in the world. There's the man who has the hope that works with a woman and makes her attracted to him. And there's the man who is so confident in his ability to affect this woman that she already knows that he believes she's attractive because he's touching on her. He's touching on her, kissing on her. You know, that there's already physical contact. You understand? And if you're a man that is desirable by women, then a woman knows that your physical contact means that she is desirable to you. So any man who jumps in this, yes, she's going to say this to these men because you're a simp. And any energy you get from a woman is going to be simp energy. You do not interact with a woman in her comments. I don't interact with no woman in her comments. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I saying I don't get a few DMs? I ain't saying that. I'm saying in comments, I do not, and I would never go in a woman comment. Bro, I will never like a woman's pic. I will never do it. I won't do it. You understand? Now, if she a vegan chick and she posts a good vegan meal, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna try this one. I might like it. But I'm talking about a woman, like for her physicality, bro. Where you at in the world? You mean tell me that you don't see no beautiful women in real life around you? That you so uptight about a beautiful woman that you got to be online, that you got to and be all in her comments? Man, y'all take y'all ass outside sometime. Go outside. I guarantee you. Go to your Walmart. Go to your Home Depot. Go to the bank. Go get a checkup. You know you ain't hardly getting no checkup. Go to the doctor. Get a checkup. Go somewhere. There's beautiful women all around you, man. You ain't got to be online thirsting like this because this is exactly what, not her, but every woman. You know what? I always say not all women, but all women feel this same way to all you dudes that's always in their comments, man, liking their pics, talking about how bad they is, talking about how sexy they is. Let me tell you something. When you tell a woman how beautiful she is, it almost always has sexual connotations in her brain. So a man don't just walk around telling a woman how beautiful she is if he's not attracted to her. If you see a woman that just look good, but you're not attracted to her, then she just a woman that look good. It don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you want a Porsche. When you see a Porsche, you might be like, man, that's the one I want right there. Boy, that thing clean. If you see a Lambo, you might just look at it and keep it moving. You see what I'm saying? If you don't have an attachment to something in some kind of way, it's just something you see in passing. So don't be one of these guys to get caught up in a situation like this. Because I'm telling you, you need this hard medicine. If you are in these comments, if you are listening to this thing, man, now and even in the playback, you must understand that if you be in a woman comments and you be talking about how bad she is, how fine she is, this is what she thinks about you, man.
fall in your lap or you fall between my legs all because you said, oh, you're beautiful and blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. I look at myself every single day on my phone, in the mirror, when I'm walking to my car. I know these things.
Now, I'll tell you one thing, too. Any woman who looks at herself that much during the day, she don't think she that bad. A woman who thinks she bad, now she may go in the bathroom and check on herself, or she may have that little vanity mirror and pop it up and look at herself. But a woman who knows she bad, once she leave the house, she knows she bad. You know what I'm saying? She just knows she bad. She ain't got to keep looking at herself, checking herself. And here's another thing. Here's why a woman would never respond positively to those comments, because there's hundreds of them. You know what I'm saying? The woman who only gets one comment on her pic is more likely to appreciate that comment than the woman who gets 500 comments on her pic. She don't appreciate now one of them, unless you got a blue check mark, and the only one she'll appreciate that one because she's like, oh, I'd made it to the big leagues. That's why this whole social media thing, man, and all that, man, listen, man, I don't care nothing about no blue check mark. I ain't gonna never care nothing about it, man. It just, for me, I'm an OG. I will never connect my status to a symbol on social media. I never will. Now, if we talking about numbers, I know guys not, man, the homie Chris Jones, man, got over 500,000 subscribers, man, 500,000 followers on IG, man. He don't have a blue check mark. He a fitness guy. So ain't like he upload offensive content and get guideline strikes and all that, man, don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? And he said, man, he ain't gonna worry about getting one, man. He ain't gonna get one. They're just gonna have to give him one. He ain't gonna worry, man. He ain't even worry about trying to get it. You know why? Because life, if you're out here living life, your life is your justification. Your life is your validation. The lives that you touch out here. The problem is, too many of you men, y'all ain't out here touching life. Life is a physical thing, man. You can live it. You don't have to live it virtually online. Life is a physical presence. Get out here and live it, homie. Live life. And see, I tell y'all like this, man. What you're hearing is, here's how I define this. If a woman wasn't always fine, even when she approves her appearance, she'll still be ugly in her own mind. A woman never overcomes the wounds that happen when she's unattractive and the way she gets treated for being unattractive. The way the men she wants never want her. And that's any woman in any facet of life. Man, it could be a woman, it could be a professional woman, a woman can make 500,000 a year, but it does not matter if she's unattractive. And then let's say she go get in shape. She's automatically going to have options that she didn't have before. And what do those options do? That don't mean that she's going to go out there, man, and just start thotting it up. That means that she's going to drain all of the energy from that attention from those men to build her confidence. The confidence that she doesn't have from living all that time as an unattractive woman, all that time where men didn't want her, all that time where all she was somebody to try to get some money out of, or somebody to try to, just be around, somebody who was a jump off when nothing else could jump off. You know what I'm saying? You got the woman who's a jump off, and then you got the woman who's a jump off when the jump off don't jump off. And so when that woman is the jump off that only jump off when the jump off don't jump off, then she's always gonna have that doubt in her mind. No matter how beautiful she tells herself, it doesn't matter. She can say what she wants to say. In her mind, she's still going to be that same woman, because that gets deep down into your psyche, and it takes years to get rid of it. If ever, it may not ever go anywhere. And that's real talk, man. So let's get back into this thing, man.
Girls that are on the internet, Instagram or OnlyFans.
Oh, and that was pimp principle number 1. You got to remember, if she wasn't always fine, even when she improves her appearance, she would still be ugly in her own mind. So if you have a woman like that, never believe what she is physically, and just always believe. There are very few women you're going to ever meet who always thought they were fine. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's such a big push to just tell every woman, you're fine, you're beautiful, no matter how you look, you're just beautiful. Every woman is beautiful. Like this woman just said, every woman is beautiful. Doesn't matter who you are. Every woman should understand her own beauty, because you're all beautiful. They're perpetuating that because all of them understand how detrimental it is to them and the plan that they have to conquer men, that if they don't have that confidence in themselves and their physicality, then they're already losing the battle. Let's get to it.
or whatever the case might be, when we encounter niggas that say, for example, no, I want to meet you in person, we just automatically assume that you're broke as fuck and you can't give $20, you can't give $100, you can't give 1,000 or 5,000, whatever the amount might be. We just automatically think that you're a broke ass nigga or a stingy ass nigga. Yeah. So we even.
Let me tell you something, man. Are you even surprised that she did that thing right there for stingy? Listen to the way she talks. It looks like she will make some type of stupid motion like that to represent something. Here's the thing about women. Never, ever let a woman define your value for you. Never let a woman define your value. If a woman don't want you, it's her loss. Pimp principle number 2. If she doesn't want you, it's her loss. It's her loss. You'll never lose anything from a woman that don't want you, bruh. If she don't, listen, here's the thing. If she doesn't want you, you got to look at it as she just is not wise. She's not smart because you know you 1,000% better than you know her. You know you 10,000% better than she knows you. So if you know your value, you know what you represent, you know who you are, you know the value and validation that you bring to a woman's life. If that woman doesn't want you, sometimes you got to look at it and you got to thank God for helping you dodge a bullet. A lot of times you men be worrying about the woman that don't want you, man. You just dodged a bullet. The majority of women you meet are not for you. Even if you approach 100 women, 98 of those women are not for you. That's why you only get 2 for long-term positive interaction. You may get more numbers than that, but long-term positive interaction gives you about 2 out of 100. Why? Because you're wasting time on women who aren't for you. The whole pursue this woman, pursue this woman, pursue this woman. Keep chasing her, make her like you, increase her interest, improve. Man, forget all of that. If you don't value yourself, then you'll sell yourself out for a woman who probably ain't even worth a quarter. You don't know what she's worth. You know how she looks. When I meet a woman, man, no matter how beautiful she is, man, because the first thing I think, man, I may hate how her body smells. I'm not saying she don't have good hygiene, man, but just when you think about it, let's say you meet a woman, man. Most times you meet a woman, almost every time you meet a woman, man, she looking good, she smelling good, she blah, blah, blah. But whatever she got on is a fragrance that she bought from the store. I'm talking about her natural body odor. It may be offensive to you. So how can you go real hard for somebody you don't know? The only person in this world that you can go 100% hard for at all times, every day of your life, is yourself. You're the only one. You'd have been there from top to bottom, from beginning to end, from start to finish, homie. You can't do that for nobody else. That's why I walk around with all this uber confidence. Why? Because I know me. I'll put me against anybody. When I meet a woman, I'm already looking at her like I'm the best man you ever met in your life. I'm the realest, I'm the trillest, I'm the coolest. Now I'm the richest. And I ain't saying I'm just infinitely richer than everybody or this, but that combination of things, the combination of qualities that make a woman panties wet, I have more of those in abundance than any man she has ever met. That's just the way it is. That's the way I approach everything. So when I look at her beauty, that ain't nothing, man. A woman's beauty pales in comparison unless I see her when she first wake up in the morning and I say, damn, you still the most beautiful woman I ever seen. You gotta think about things. You gotta break every single idea down to its very least compound, man. You gotta think about things in the most simplistic matter, in the most simplistic form possible, in order to be able to truly understand the depth of thought that it takes to truly deal with the world from a successful position of power. Power is very low level. You don't have to rise high to get to power. We think about electricity, but we don't think about the water that can create that electricity, that creates that hydraulic pressure. We don't think about that. We think about putting the gas in our car, but we don't think about the type of combustion that's necessary to turn that fuel into something that's going to propel your vehicle forward, that's going to give your vehicle what it needs to be able to go. We don't think about the combustion in those chambers. We don't think about it because we think about power on the surface. We don't think about power down at the base of it. That's why I tell you, men, focus on your spirit, man. Your spirit, man, is your power. Yes, you want to be physically alpha. You want to be physically at the very least, even if you ain't in bodybuilder condition, you want to be physically imposing as you can. You have to be. That's just a part of your whole aura, your whole essence. It's about power. And it starts from way deeper than you could ever see on a woman's face, than you could ever see in the shape of her butt, than you could ever see in the wideness of her hips, than you could never see in the thickness of her thighs, than you could ever see in the perkiness of her breasts, homie. You got to be able to take a deep dive into a woman's psyche, and you can't do that with no woman you just met. So what if she don't want you, man? She don't want you because she ain't smart enough to want you. You know, you got the characters and the characteristics and qualities rather that a woman would fall dead for. The same thing women complain about the last dude didn't have and why they feel so bad and so messed over. Man, you know you got those. So, man, don't let no woman, man, tell you how valuable you are. Can't no woman on the planet give me my value, man. My mama can't give me my value. You dig? So that's pimp principle number one. I mean, number two, never let a woman assess your value to you, homie. It's always her loss. You understand? I mean, I've been known to deal with younger women, man. You know what I'm saying? 27 to 35, somewhere around there, man. 27, 32 mostly. But sometimes, man, a woman that age, man, she wants somebody her age. But that's because she ain't smart. She ain't wise. She don't understand that. She don't understand what that wisdom, understanding, and knowledge is worth. And so I just say, okay. So I don't never feel like, oh, if a woman say, well, now the age, you too old for me. I'd be like, I just say, no, you know, in actuality, baby girl, you too young for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I always view it. Because it's the truth. I don't view it like that because I'm trying to live in a fantasy world. I view it like that because it's the truth. Because every woman hits that wall and wants those qualities that are the true qualities. Every woman hits the wall and wants it. That's just the way it is. All right, man, let's get on back into this thing, man. Listen to more of this foolishness, this woman here talking.
When we see you in person, we no longer want to fucking see you. It's like, it's this fucking nigga.
Where they saying this at? Where they saying this? In your DMs or what?
You automatically think that they're broke.
Like, well, for me,
You see how long it took her to come to that realization? What do you mean you automatically think they broke? How you think a man broke if he's trying to see you in person? Like, equate that to you being broke. I want to see you in person. Basically, she's saying if you just don't send her money without seeing her in person, then you broke. If you want to see her in person, you got to be broke. That's crazy.
me and my girls.
Why do you get that?
Okay, Papa, you like me and you want to see me, all right. So when I gotta see you, I gotta get my nails done. I gotta get my hair done. I gotta get my makeup done. I gotta find an outfit. I gotta take the time to get ready. And I'm gonna see you for fucking free. You can't send me no money. You can't be like, okay, baby, here, because I am used to that. I'm used to niggas, like the niggas that I have dated.
They send it to you, though.
They send it to me like, mommy here, mommy here, get your nails done, get your things done. Because Caribbeans, at least me, Dominican, Puerto Rico, us girls that are on the internet.
Let me tell you something, man. Never let a woman run you. The main issue that I see men having today is letting women run them. You let a woman run you. Whatever that woman says is necessary for you to be with her or spend time with her or be in her presence, you let the woman run you. You let the woman tell you what's necessary. I just had a woman jump in the comments, man, talking about, well, you know, if you're going to deal with women today, then you're going to pay something. I ain't going to pay nothing. My attention is worth something. And if a woman can't deal with that, she can move on. Yes, that's going to eliminate the majority of women, but it's going to eliminate the majority of women like this one we just talked to. It's going to eliminate those women who try to see you as the bag. Never be the bag for a broad, man. Never let a woman run you. How does a woman run you? Never let a woman give you the run around. Man, let me tell you something. I have not contacted and blocked plenty of women for this. If we could just be meeting, if I tell you, okay, when you get in, call me. If you say, well, I'm not gonna be able to call you, I gotta go to bed, I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, we'll chop it up later. If I tell you, call me, and you say, okay, I'll call you when I get in. If you don't, I'm blocking you. Why? Because I told you to do something, and not only did I tell you to do something, you said, okay, I'll do that. So not only are you disobedient, you're a liar too. And I don't want to hear no excuses. Ain't no excuse. You understand? There is no excuse. The next day shouldn't come without me getting a text or something about why it didn't happen. Now, these are the type of things that guys deal with. And that's why I tell you guys, don't deal with a woman flaking on you. Don't deal with a woman not calling you or texting you back. What you dealing with that for? If a woman does that, she's a fool. Like that's foolishness. Men, we're on top of our lives, man, and we don't even do that. We're men. We don't do it. If I tell a woman I'm gonna call her, I'm gonna call her. If I'm not gonna call her, I'm gonna tell her, no, shawty, I ain't gonna call you. I'm gonna be busy, so we had to talk tomorrow or something. You see what I'm saying? Because we're men of principle. This is about principle. It's not about if the woman don't want to talk to you, then she can just say it. I hold women to a spiritual standard, a moral standard. Because a woman she can have all this success in life and do all of these things, man. None of that matters, man. None of that matters. Another way a woman can run you, make you jump through hoops. That's what this woman was talking about. Jumping through hoops? Do I look like a circus animal? I look like a dog in a dog show or something to you? What I look like that man, they gonna shoot out the cannon at the circus? I ain't jumping through no hoops, homie. I ain't jumping through no hoops. Never jump through hoops for a broad, man, because all she gonna view you as a circus act. You're gonna be entertainment. Never be the entertainment for a broad. I've been telling women my whole life, man, listen, certain things you ain't finna talk to me about. I'm not your shoulder to cry on. I don't want to be your shoulder to cry on. Even if I had an old lady, man, I wouldn't be her shoulder to cry on. That what her friends for. Whoever shoulder your ass been crying on before you met me, you keep crying on their shoulder. Whoever you been going to for consolation and all that shit before you met me, you keep going to them for your consolation. Whoever you've been going to do these things that you like to do, these girl things you like to do, you better keep doing it with them or you're going to be doing it by yourself. Don't let a woman fit you into her life where she wants you to fit. You automatically outside of your own life if you're fitting into a woman's life where she wants you to fit, because she gonna fit you where she wants you to fit, no matter if it's convenient for your life or not. So never do that. And the last way that a woman can run you is telling you things that you need to change about yourself in order to be with her. I'm a firm believer that if I need to change for you, baby girl, we ain't compatible because I love me. You know what I'm saying? As I continue to strive every day to be the most alpha version of myself, to eventually wake up and be the most alpha man on the planet, then I'm not changing any of that for no woman, bro. For what? What is her value? What value is she bringing that's so great that I need to change in there? Anything I change about me, I'm changing it for myself. You dig? I know the things I need to change and I'm going to change them, but I'm going to change them for myself. Never changing them. Never changing them. Never change them for a woman. Let's get back into this thing, man.
And like to cater to our women. Here, baby, get pretty for me. Buy something for me. I want you to wear this color. I want you this. When you don't do that, you just be like, just pull up. I don't like to give money to bitches. I don't know. When I see you in person, broke. Well, I don't want no, stingy. Fuck you. Because I'm dating. I'm single. And I don't give a fuck if you're fat, if you're ugly, whatever. I fall in love with money. You give me money, I just love you, puppy. You know, I like money. That's what I like.
That's what you're saying. I hear that.
Like to cater to our women. Here, baby.
Now, that's what I want to get you men on. The modern dating game has put these type of women as the best catchers for men. That's why in the alpha sphere, we don't play the modern dating game. We go about our lives and bump into women or get introduced to women. Is it always going to pan out? No, because you can still meet some airheads when you're being introduced to them, but you don't have to go through anything and play a silly game like the dating game, the modern dating game, to get a woman. Here's another thing. You got to keep in mind, this is a telltale sign and a great definition and example of me telling you men, you never give a woman something she didn't earn. Anytime a woman wants something from you she didn't earn, she's a user. And she'll take that from any man she can get it from. That's a telltale sign of a woman who has a 304 mindset. Now, how much of a 304 she actually is in practice is something else. That's why listen, man, when I meet a woman, it's always the same, man. Like I'm gonna always, I mean, if I like her, sometimes I meet a woman. Here's the thing that people don't understand. Women can't believe that they can be attractive, but you're not attracted to them. You know what I'm saying? They can't believe that. Women believe, because you got so many beta male semi-vaginas after here, man, that just got to run around try to knock down every woman they see that they think look good. That so many simps out here, man. So many guys with no type of control over nothing, man. But those women feel like that every man is that way. They don't understand that as you become the most alpha version of yourself, then you start to look around, you start to say, okay, I got a lot of energy to protect here. So before I get close to a woman, I need to make sure she is a certain way. It could be any small thing that I think does not go along and coincide with my alpha energy, man. That woman is not going to get any closer than she is at that particular time. That's just the way it's going to be. And if she gets closer and closer, there are levels to this shit. There are levels to life. There are levels to interaction. And if that woman hits that wall, that brick wall, to where she can't get past it because of something about her, no, the closer a woman gets to you as an alpha man, the harder it is to be with you, to go further with you, because the requirements get tougher, because the access and the benefits of that access get greater. So it's not like you just have this line of things that a woman needs to pass and then she's with you forever for good. No, because every day you're growing. As you grow, she has to grow. So the things she did 6 months ago, she's got to do new things 6 months later, because you've been growing for the past 6 months. Things have been getting better and greater in your life for the past 6 months. And so her interaction with you is going to be more beneficial to her. That's why I tell you, men, focus on becoming the most alpha version of yourself every single day. Then you never have to worry about the type of foolishness that men have to worry about out here, getting caught up with the wrong woman, getting caught up with a woman you don't know what she's doing, getting caught up with a woman you don't know if you can trust, getting caught up with a woman that you do believe you can trust, but you can't trust, and you don't find out to the end that the woman been scraping money out your pocket, or the woman been hitting your bank account, or the woman got separate money put over there somewhere, or the woman been feeding your money to some cat. You just don't know these things because you're not taking your time with the women that you come into, man. You understand what I'm saying? You're not taking your time. And that's why I tell you, men, never put your hands, or let her put her hands in your pocket without strict governance and double checking the stickiness of her fingers. You understand? I would never be in a situation where my wife was my accountant. I would never be in a situation where my wife was tied into my business in any way that would give her unguarded access or unlimited access to the intricate workings of my business. I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even start a business with my wife. You know, if she has something that she could do from home, man, I'll go ahead and get her started in that. Like a little, maybe she want to sell some online and she got a Shopify store or online storefront or something like that. That's cool. But even I'm gonna govern that. But she could do that. But as far as tying her into what I'm doing, I ain't gonna never do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you just can't trust a woman's propensity to, or you just can't deny a woman's propensity to see what she can get. If you give her 5, she gonna see if she can get 6 without you knowing. That's just the way women function, man. It ain't bad. It ain't good. It just is, man. It's just true, homies. Let's get back into this thing, man. Now, here's the baby saying, man, that he cut Megan Thee Stallion 2 days before she claimed that Tory Lane put the iron on her. And also the day before she claimed Tory Lane put the iron on her. Maybe that's why Tory Lanez was 38 hot. Maybe that got something to do with it. Now, I know people like to say, just like when Future said, I be cutting CC, man. People came back and said, man, he still cut on C, man. He talking about C. They spelling it SEECEE. They spelling it CI, like C, senorita. They saying all kind of things. I said, okay, cool. But check this out.
I don't know about y'all, but I love my body. I do what I want to with my body, when I want to with my body, with who I want to with my body. Because it's who? My body. Oh, okay. If you love your body, let me hear you make some noise.
Now, ironically, this just came out right after the baby's lyric came out. I mean, you know, there's going to be people that say, well, she was just doing the show. That's how she starts that song. That's how. Nope. Let me tell y'all something, man. It is rare. It is rare that a man is going to say he cut a woman and he didn't. Because the backlash of claiming that and it not being true, and I ain't talking about just the court of public opinion. I'm talking about your homies, people who respect you. If you put that out there and it turns out not to be true, that could be career ending for you. It literally could. For a woman can do that. A woman can say, well, he did this, or he didn't do that, or he did this, or except for the woman who claimed that she got kidnapped and now she locked up, except for her. We might talk about her later on this week. But as a man, 9 times out of 10, when a man says this, it's to throw salt at the man that woman is with. It's always to throw salt at the man that woman is with. And that salt is thrown in the wound of expectation. Because 9 times out of 10, if you done cut his brow, he has an expectation that you done cut his brow. And his brow probably been said telling him, no, that's just my homie. No, that's such and such. You ever think about these things? You got to remember, man. And I'm going to tell you like this. Pimp principle number 4 rather. Accept the woman for who she truly is. Not her representation of herself. You have to do that. See, one of the things that men don't understand is this. A woman will give you her mind. A woman will give you her soul. You can make a woman change gods. I've done it. But her body, you can't control. She can't control her own body. Her body responds to arousal. That's why I tell you, man, if a woman ain't aroused by you, leave her alone. If she's not aroused by you, you're gonna lose that game, homie. You can't win it. And it's not worth trying to get a woman aroused by you, because arousal is such a basic interaction. It's a basic energy exchange. That type of attraction is basic. It either happens or it doesn't. If you and a woman didn't have that type of attraction from the beginning, it's never going to be there. There are men out here right now in relationships like Partisan Fontaine, in relationships like Russell Wilson, in relationships like Will Smith. There are men out here who are in relationships with women who never were attracted to them. How do you think that's going to work out? Because if she's not attracted to you, that means there's somebody else she is attracted to. But you wifed her up. So now you got a wife that's attracted to somebody else. Guess what's going to happen? At some point, that woman is going to need to have that attraction, that lust that comes from that attraction. She's going to need to have that thirst quenched. And guess who can't quench it? You. That's how it goes, man. The reality of the scenario is, man, you have to keep the proper mindset when it comes to dealing with a woman, man. You got to remember, you got to accept the woman for who she is, man. You have to accept the woman for who she is, not who she represents herself as, and damn sure not who you want her to be. Because let me tell you a secret. What you want her to be is what she's best at being. And that's her true self. So all you ever want to know, all you ever want to see, all you ever want to speak to, all you ever want to interact with is that woman's true self. You don't want to interact with anything else. You don't want to be in an environment where you think you have a lockdown on a woman who she got the lockdown on you. This is what happens when a woman dates down. And we say all the time a woman can't date down. Oh, yes, she can. Let's not be facetious. She can date down. If a woman date a drug addict, she dating down. If a woman has more reach, prestige, money, everything else than you, she dating down, bruh. Let's just be realistic. Because it takes a man with a mind stronger than the average man, stronger than the above average man. to be in a situation with a woman who makes more money, who has more reach, who therefore has more influence in the society than you do. It takes a man with a pimp mindset. And most men don't have that because most men were raised by simps and they mama. Let's be real. Most men in the world today were raised by simps and they mama. That's a combination that they're going to never put the ism in you, man. It ain't going to be there. Even if somebody try to teach it to you, it ain't going to be there. No matter how many times you watch it, you got two kind of men in the world. You got the man who look at the ism and say, man, boy, how does he pull that off? How does he have all 10 of those women doing that and bringing him the money? And they seem to be happy about it. They're fighting to see who gets to be with him, who's going to sit in the front seat with him. They love it. Look at her. She must be the best one because she's always in the front seat. And you got the man who says, look at that dirty, scummy guy over there. Look at him. He thinks he's somebody. Oh, those women over there, they ain't no good. There ain't nobody would marry. Why at the same time, he got a woman in the house that he is married to that ain't nobody would marry. Running him like a dog. Treating him like a scrub. Messing around with his homies. Taking all his money. Got him paying all these bills in the house he can't even afford because she didn't want to live in the house he already had. Why? Because he had other women in there before. Come on, bruh. You men got to start looking at life the way it is, man. And not for what you think you want it to be. Charles Beatty, appreciate the 10 bones, man. I appreciate your voice of reason, sir. Salute to you, man. Salute. Now, I'm going to address this right quick, man, before we move on. Elia Gummy said, be away. Why must people talk about you? I'm sick of these niggas, man. Man, let me tell you something, bro. Everybody get talked about. When you reach a certain level of visibility, a certain level of respect from your peers, a certain level of respect from those who need some water, man. I'm going to go get some water in a minute. A certain level of respect from those who listen to you, who follow you, who see your journey, who see your struggle, who see you get it out the mud. That comes with it. I ain't worrying about it. If they ain't talking, then they ain't doing that. If they are talking, I'm doing something. Here's the thing you got to remember about folk talking about you. They got to know you to talk about you. And if the more people that know you that you don't know, then you on the way going in the direction you're going. You see what I'm saying? Damn the 200K subs. I may know maybe 150 of them. You know what I'm saying? We starting to expand that because we traveling around, moving around a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? We starting to get out there and link up with some people and chop it up with some people, man. So, but you got to think about it, man. It's just part of what happens, man. You got to take that. You know, whatever path you decide you want to go in life, man, there's going to be consequences that come with it. There's going to be repercussions that come with it. The majority of it is going to be good, but there's also going to be the not so good that comes with it. And if you're going to accept the good, then you got to accept the not so good too. So it's no big deal, man. You know, it's cool. It's part of it. If you ain't got no haters, man, you ain't doing something right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing something right. And I love my haters. So whoever it is, man, please do not tell me. Don't send me no content about it. Don't send that to me because you do, I'm going to block you. But, hey, man, listen. Let them keep doing what they're doing, man. I appreciate it. I wish somebody with 150, 200,000, 300,000 subs would say something so I can respond and get some of their people to come over here. So let's get on back into it, man. Appreciate the shot. Let's get on back into this thing, man.
If a woman's submission is based on a man's leadership, then what is his ability to lead based on? Trip?
His ability to submit. I think we've already established a tone in this conversation. I think in order to be an effective leader, you need to know when to move out the way.
Now I want y'all to think about what he's saying. He's saying a man's ability to lead is based on his ability to submit. Not just submit to anybody, submit to his woman. Your ability to lead is based on your ability to submit. Now, we're going to hear how a man who is not in a position to lead can be influenced to believe that position is a positive position by the woman in his life. But let's keep listening to this. Now, I want you to look at the women's response. Anytime you say something and women respond like this, you're talking like a female.
Because, you know, and it's not to refute what anybody else is saying, but I don't think it's always the man who has the vision in a relationship. And I don't think it's always him that's supposed to. If let's say my lady is a lawyer, she pulling in 150 a year. The vision is clear. We're gonna need a few more years of what you got going on before we start talking about who I'm supposed to be and what I got going on. And if I
That's the society we've moved into. With these career women, we've moved into a society where no man who's really getting money wants a career woman. Man, listen, for every man who's getting money that got a career woman, all his homies are going to avoid a career woman because they see what kind of relationship it put him in. A woman who's competing with you on everything. Like, this is what the 50-50 relationship is, the competition between the man and his wife. You see what I'm saying? The only way that you could be in this situation is if you ain't getting no money and your woman make more money than you. No matter, everything he said had to be chased right back around and funneled right back around into what? She make more money. She make more money. Well, the problem is a man who makes $250,000 don't really care about a woman making $150,000. He may care about a woman making $750,000, but where you gonna meet that woman at? You know what I'm saying? In regular professions, that woman is rare, and even in entertainment and sports, that woman is rare. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at it and you say to yourself, what would make a man think this? It's a man who has accepted the fact that his best possibility to live the life he wants is to find a woman who is making more money than him and become her wife. This man is talking like a wife. This is what a wife traditionally said. The husband traditionally went out and made the $150K or made whatever he had to make to sustain the lifestyle. And then the woman was at home saying, I'm going to do whatever this man needs me to do in order to benefit the process of his progress. This man is anti-alpha. He's anti-us. He believes that you should put yourself in a situation willingly where you got to be a woman wife. And let me tell you something else. When you hear this man talk, let me tell you one major difference you can tell between a man who got his tail tucked between his legs from his interaction with his woman and a man who doesn't. Listen how soft-spoken this man is. And I don't know this man from a can of paint, but I'm listening to what he's saying and the way he's articulating it and the tonation of his voice, the tonality, the volume, all of those things. This is a man who truly believes that it is okay to be in a position of servitude and submit to your woman. Let's finish this, man.
I need to lead by moving out of her way so she can accomplish some things to better us, then I need to be strong enough to do that.
Ooh. See, here's the thing about us. If the woman is the breadwinner, it ain't never no us in her mind. Don't let no fool like this mislead you, man. If you fall back and let your woman be the breadwinner and lead the situation, she will never respect you. Yes, she will appreciate you getting the hell out the way and letting her focus on her and you focusing on her and helping her along. Yes, she will appreciate that because it makes her life easier. She only appreciates what makes her life easier. That's if she's a stay-at-home mom or if she's a career woman. A woman only appreciates, she only truly appreciates the things that make her life easier. Even when it comes down to you being the man that scratched that itch when she get that itch. If that itch is causing her to not be able to focus on work and do all of that, man, listen, she will drop it off to you in the car, in the parking lot at your job. She will drop it off to you outside at your house. She will drop it off to you in the bathroom at the gym. She will drop it off. She will tell you come pick it up from her office in the bathroom. She will tell you come pick it up from her office in her office. She will tell you to come pick it up from her office in the break room. She will tell you to come pick it up from her office in the parking lot. Hey, man, you're going to be walking in the park. She will tell you to come pick it up, come get it. Let me put it on you right here in this Porto Potty. I'm telling you, not what I seen, not what I heard. I'm telling you what I've lived, homies. And then she goes back about her day feeling refreshed with that pressure off of her. And she goes out so she could try to conquer the world again. I'm telling y'all what's real. A woman would never respect you being in this position. A woman is inclined to want to follow a man, but she's only going to follow a man who's in a superior position based on what she values. a woman who values her career. And listen, there are women who value education over the money. There's a woman who would rather be with a man who makes less than you if he has 2 degrees. So if you make $300,000 a year, that one, and you don't have a degree, that woman would rather be with a man who makes $100,000 a year, but who has multiple degrees and who can put those degrees on his wall and who is a member of some fraternity from college. Man, I'm telling you, you have to be superior in the way that the woman values if you want to be in a position of power in a relationship. You have to. You can't have a woman who's superior to you in the way that she values most, unless you're just gonna knock her down. I'm talking about if you want to be in a relationship now. You can't do that. The relationship dynamic is not going to be the way you want it to be as a man. It's never going to work out that way. It's never going to work out that way. You understand? Man, listen, the way I view, and here's what you got to do. You got to remember. You got to remember this. Always remember this. Never be impressed. Pimp rule, pimp principle number 6. Never be impressed by a woman's material possessions, because she will spend all of her money to look like money. She don't care nothing about the money. She wants to look like money. So a woman may be driving this and wearing this and living here, and then you go to her crib and you realize she ain't got no food in the refrigerator. What's her excuse? Well, I just eat out all the time. I be blah, blah, blah. Again, trying to look rich, eating out all the time. Never be impressed with her material possessions. Because if you play big money, take little bank, with the majority of these women you see with all these material possessions, they don't have no paper nowhere. They ain't got no paper, no investments. They ain't got no paper, no real estate. They ain't got no paper in the mattress. They ain't got no paper, no safe in the wall. They got a whole bunch of stuff. And they make good money. I'm talking about women who make good money, man. There's women out here who are lawyers who make $150,000 a year, who still live in check to check. They still live in check to check. But it's easy to live check to check when you know you got enough money coming in next month to catch you up on everything. But they're living check to check. I'm not saying all of them, but there's a bunch of women out here who make good money who still live like they don't make good money. So never look at her material possessions and say, man, that's a woman. That boy, I need her, boy. Man, she got that money. If you ain't seen her bank account, don't tell me, man, she got no money. Cause I know a bunch of people, man, who ain't got no money, who look like they got money. I know a bunch of people, man, driving around. I know some rap cats driving around in Lamborghinis, man, driving around in Porsche trucks, man, and Bentley trucks, man. Man, boy ain't got, man, $50,000 to his name, driving around all them expensive cars, all that jewelry. I'm telling you, man, you gotta understand that these principles will help you from getting caught up with the wrong woman. And by the wrong woman, I mean the woman that you're gonna respond to in such a way that's gonna put you in a bad position. Don't do it to yourself, homie.
So I think a lot of men leave from an egotistical place where it's about what I want, not about what we need.
What you want and what you need is to be in a position of power in your relationship. That's what you want and what you need. See, he's a young guy. I'm talking to y'all from an OG perspective. I grew up with a lot of homies, man, who dad was in a sucker position. You understand? Not necessarily with their mama, but with his wife. Sometimes it was their mama, sometimes it was the next woman. Sucker situation, beta male situation. See, if the woman is the breadwinner and you fall back and stop focusing on everything, then the house is in her name. The cars are in her name. You ever seen a man with a woman and she driving the coldest drop top you ever seen in your life, and he driving some old Chevy truck? Now the old Chevy truck kind of clean, but he driving some old Chevy truck. And every time he see the new Chevy Silverado, he looking at it like a kid, telling me, that's my car. I'm gonna get me one of them one day, boy. I want to get me one of them. I'm gonna talk to the wife about it. If you're a man and before you do something, you got to say, let me go talk to my wife about it, you're in a bad situation. I know in this modern world, you're told that you're supposed to discuss things with your wife, but there are men out here who are the breadwinner 50 times over, still got to go discuss things with their wife. Man, I'm not finna discuss nothing with no woman that I'm finna do. The same way I was the man of the house, man, before she got there and I did what I want to do, I'm still gonna do that. Remember, if you don't have a world of your own, you got to move into the woman's world like this guy's talking about. Now, I will say this. If you're in that situation, and your woman is the breadwinner, listen to everything he said. He's telling you how to make that work. But if you're not in that situation and you don't want to be in it, get your ass on your grind. So you ain't got to be in that situation. Because if you got any alpha in you, man, you got any masculinity at all, bro, you going to lose it in a situation like that. It's going to be gone. Notice the first word this guy said is submit. You lead by submitting? Find me any example of leadership. I'm talking about in the real world, not in some 50-50 relationship. Find me an example of leadership where the leader submitted. Find me an example where the leader passed the ball off to somebody else. Find me an example. Find me an example where Michael Jordan didn't take the last shot unless he was double team or triple team and had to get rid of that ball. When he moved that thing over to John Paxson, he would double team. When he moved that thing over to Steve Kerr, he would double team. When he moved that thing over to Craig Hodges, he would double team. I'm telling you, if he can get the shot done, he's going to do it. Why? Because he's the leader. And when it's all said and done, the next game, he's still the leader. The person who took the shot is never considered the leader. The person who took the shot is never considered Big Shot Bob. The person who took where Big Shot Bob is, you know what I'm saying? The person who took the shot is just a teammate that was there when the leader needed him to step up. The leader doesn't fall back and submit. The leader calls the troops and say, okay, you got a better shot over there. You take that one out. Come on, man. You never want to be in a situation where you have to acquiesce to the demands of a woman because she'll never respect you. If you want a woman's respect, don't put yourself in the situation this dude is talking about. Because you could live in a good house and you could do things you probably couldn't ever do. You can go on trips you can't afford. You can live in a house you can't afford. But that shit's not manly. A man want to be able to afford his life. A man want to be able to sponsor his own life. A man want to be able to plant the foundation, to build a foundation and plant the seed to grow his own fortune. He want to be able to do his own thing. A man don't want to live a life he can't afford. A man don't want to be in a situation where he got to acquiesce to somebody else's demands in order to live the life he want to live. You already got to do that at work. You may tell me you leave work with a boss and go home to another boss. Never value a woman's material possession so much that you're willing to put her in a winning position in your life, a position of power. Never do that. Because like I said, she will spend all of her money to look like money. Let's get back into this thing, man.
You want a light-skinned girlfriend or you want a black or you want a chocolate girlfriend like you?
Oh yeah, I want a chocolate girlfriend. A sexy chocolate girlfriend.
You want her to be skinny, or you want her to be thick, or you want her to be fat, or you want her,
No, I want a skinny.
So you want her skinny?
Yeah, a skinny girlfriend.
What do you consider mommy? Do you consider mommy? What is mommy? Am I skinny?
Mama, you pretty.
Look, you ain't got a girlfriend hug me and tell me that. Jace, what I know you said I'm pretty, but what do you consider me to be? Am I skinny? Am I fat? What do you consider me?
You are getting fat, but I love you. I'm just saying you are getting a little fat.
Okay, so you don't want a girl my size.
What?
I'm just saying.
I love you. I'm just saying
No,
you
baby.
getting a little big or something. You getting like fat. You getting big.
Yo, this is an example of when you first realize that the pressure of not telling a woman the truth in a way that's going to bring her to the realization of that truth starts. So by the time he's 15, he will already have brainwashed. They would already have brainwashed him out of that. They would have, like, he would not even say it. You see how he had to sugarcoat it? Yeah, you blah, 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 but I love you and I blah, and blah, blah, and all of this. You're taught that. You're taught that when there's not a man around to teach you that honesty is the best practice. Honesty is the best policy. A man is going to teach you honesty is the best policy. A woman is going to teach you to sugarcoat it if you have to, because the most important thing is that you don't hurt the woman's feelings. Never hurt the girl feelings. You don't want to do that. You want to make things, you want to make it better for her. You don't want to, you don't want to make her cry. You don't want to blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. If the truth makes you cry, change the truth. You know what I'm saying? Don't attack the one who gave you the truth. Change the truth. If the truth is so bad it makes you cry, do what you can to affect that truth. Before it's not my job to save your tears, it's your job to save your own tears. Now, a girl would have never been taught this. She would never have been taught. She'd be like, no, if you don't like him, you don't have to like nobody, blah, blah, blah. But he's been taught that you need to spare the woman's feelings, even if it means you can't truly be honest. He had to act like he didn't know what she was talking about. So you don't want to, when she asked him, so you don't want a woman mommy size, he said, what? He thought it was a trick question. He thought his own mom would give him a boo-boo test. At this age, man, he thought he was getting a boo-boo test. At his age. And furthermore, when you think about this, a dad would have been teaching him something so far away from what she's teaching him. A dad wouldn't be asking him no questions about these types of things. Yeah, not at that age. Me and my son just started having these discussions, man. He's 13. We just started having these discussions because his mind has been on other things growing up. His mind wasn't on this. I made sure that his mind was on something else. And I will say his mom did her part on her end as well, but his mind ain't on this. Man, this kid like he about 7 or 8 years old. So you got to remember, man, that you are not responsible for the truth of a woman's life affecting her in a negative manner. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Pimp principle number 7, never put on your superhero cape and save a woman from trauma and drama that you didn't cause in the first place. Now, if you caused the trauma and drama, yes, you probably need to fix it. Just like if you run into somebody's house in your car, you DUI and you run into somebody's house, guess what? You got to fix that house. You got to fix whatever you tore up. So if you tore it up, you fix it. You see what I'm saying? It's your job. If you tear it up, you fix it. But never put yourself in a situation where you meet a woman, man, she got some type of psychological trauma, man, or some type of emotional baggage or some type of, mental wounds, and you try to fix it, bro. Man, get out of here with that. You set yourself up for failure, because here's the thing that y'all don't understand. You can meet a woman that's overweight, help her get in shape. She's going to have options she didn't have before. Because see, that overweight woman, you the fool who became the best man she ever had. You're the best man she could ever get. She can't do no better than you. Well, no woman can do any better than me, but you get what I'm saying. You the man she didn't think she could ever get. Men like you turn her down all the time. Men like you don't pay her no attention. But here you are paying her some attention. You understand? But now she's looking at her standard as higher than you. Women never go down from the man that they were with. Ever. That's never a woman's intent is never to go down from the man she was with. So now that you're with her while she's overweight, you mess around and grind and help her get in shape. Guess what? Now she's got options that she in her mind believe are above you. And technically speaking, they are above you, because they wouldn't give her the time of day until she got where she is. And I'm telling you, this is 100% of the women on the planet, especially in the States. I say in the States because women in other cultures, some of them tend to be a little bit different, but not all of them. But when you think about it, any woman who could not get the type of men that she always dreamt of having suddenly becomes a different woman with you if she gets to the point where those men want her. Because see, here's the thing. You put in all the work to make her the best version of herself. Now she's getting men that wouldn't have done that. They only want her at her best version. Don't be out here trying to fix a woman like you're trying to fix a flat on your car. Don't do that. They don't have no cans to fix a woman. You can just put in a woman and turn it on and fix her. They don't have that. And even fix a flat is temporary till you can get to somewhere and put a real tire on your car. So I'm telling you, men, do not be out here trying to rescue a woman from her own past. Don't do it. You're a fool if you do that. Any man who does it is a fool.
She back with me because I have my chain on.
So what she said?
She said, you got another necklace on over there. I knocked it out. I said, do you want to be my girlfriend now? Because I got this chain on. And she was like, yeah. And then now she back with me.
Oh, for real?
I want y'all to think about that. Here's a little guy, looked to be 5, 6 years old, maybe 7. Went to school, girl didn't like him. Went to school next day with a bigger chain on. Already competing with other men to see who's going to be the tree that she monkey branches to at this age. So it goes to show you that, and this ain't just about the boys, this about the girls already being taught to maneuver this way. And probably not even taught like, let me sit down, girl, let me tell you something, but just watching their mothers. This is what's happening in this world today. You see what I'm saying? So he's like, and not only did this happen, but he accepted it, and he accepts that as a part of it. So when a woman comes in the comments and says, well, one minute y'all want a woman who make my home money, then y'all want a woman who don't gonna be at home and submit. But if you're gonna deal with women today in this society, then you're gonna spend something. I see why they come in here with that, because they've been taught from a young age that a man is gonna spend what he got to spend in order to impress you. That's why I tell women all the time. When women ask me, well, how can I tell a man is an alpha? I say, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're probably not gonna meet one. You're probably not gonna meet a man who's striving to be the most alpha version of himself. You know, right now, there's about, you know, a little bit over 200,000 of us subscribe to this channel. I don't know how many there are in the world, man, just to be honest with you. Because I don't know many men who are striving to be them. I know a lot of men who are getting money. I know a bunch of men who are getting money. I know a bunch of men who be getting some bad chicks. I know a bunch of men who get money and women. But I don't know a bunch of men who are striving to become the most alpha version of themselves. I don't know a lot of men who think about themselves from a spiritual perspective, who think about themselves from a mental perspective, who think about themselves from the perspectives that guard you from getting caught up in foolishness. I don't know many of those men personally. All the men I know like that, the majority of them anyway, man, are in the alpha sphere. So when you think about it, you look at that situation, here's a young boy that's already being groomed, and his dad didn't seem like he was finna teach him anything. Like he posted it as a joke. Like, look at my son, he blah, blah, blah. When I first read it, I thought it was a woman posting this. This ain't some dude would post. Now I'm gonna show y'all how a real man handles this when it happens to his son.
What can I do to make you feel better? I don't know. Well, you'll find somebody else that'll be up for him. I bet I won't. Yes, you will. You'll find somebody better, sunshine. And then what else did you say? What was the second thing? Snoop said in 94, we don't love them hoes. Okay? Those hoes ain't loyal. They got the chips you on.
Now, let me tell you something. Now I kind of did this one backwards.
Where are you going? In the car. But where are we going?
I kind of did this one backwards because I want to show y'all that end part first, man, because it was just so lit. This little guy went to school and he got a crush on a girl, and he come home crying. He says crush cheated on him with his best friend. So the girl like his friend, not him. He come home, man, he's shattered, man, because he knew he was the man. But this is what happens when you just got to understand if the woman isn't attracted. If the woman don't like you, man, she don't like you. You just got to move on, accept that. That's why you got to make sure the woman likes you before you go to liking her. You can't just, I like the woman. I like the woman so much. That's not what you do. But like this dad told his son, like Snoop said a long time ago, we don't love them hoes because these hoes ain't loyal. This is what a dad told his son. You saw the mom bust out laughing. She ain't know he was going to tell him that. But this was a dad who was really concerned about the emotional state of his son. Well, let me tell you how this goes. If she'll kick it with you and then go kick with your partner, let me tell you how this goes. Now, this is how you got to teach your children, man, the realest. You got to teach them the real, man, because this world has no space at the top for people who live in a fantasy land.
School.
To see who?
My crush.
Ooh. You excited?
Yes. Did on me with my best friend and my toy. We could find it. I mean, I had it at my table, but somebody must have took it.
What did you say about what was the first thing you said?
My crush cheated on me with my best friend.
Your crush cheated on you with your best friend?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, sunshine. You okay?
No.
Oh my god. What can I do to make you feel better?
I don't know.
Well, you'll find somebody else. It'll be AlphaRonomy.
I bet I won't.
Yes, you will. You'll find somebody better, sunshine. And then what else did you say? What was the second thing?
Snoop said in 94, we don't love them hoes. Okay? Those hoes ain't loyal. You got the chips you want.
Where are you going?
That's how you do, man. You teach your son a valuable lesson, and then you reward him for the pain that lesson caused him. That's a great dad right there, man. You know what I'm saying? I nominate him. Well, I can't nominate him for Father of the Year. I nominate me for Father of the Year. But I mean, if somebody nominate him, man, I mean, he might compete with me a little bit, man. He gonna make it an interesting battle. That's what you have to do, man. That is proper fatherhood. That is proper fatherhood. You see how he addressed his son? He didn't address him all hard. Boy, pick it up. What you doing like that? And blah, blah, blah. He ain't doing it. Blah, blah. Nah. He teaches his son that he the best thing in the world. And he raising him to understand that. And so he did what he could. Finally, I imagine later on they talked. After he calmed down a little bit, he told him that he wanted the Dorito Cool Ranch. Bought him a Dorito Cool Ranch, gave him a Capri Sun, man. Let him sit over there and have at it. But not before he told him, don't worry about that. She's beneath you. They're all beneath you. Saw that boy turn around with his chips. He was good. Dad came home, saved the day. You learn a lesson. You reward the man for learning a lesson. Same way you deal with a woman. She learns a lesson and she learns it well. You reward her for learning a lesson. But here's the thing that I'm gonna tell you. Y'all men got to realize every woman got some hoe in her. All of them do. Your girl, your wife, your sisters, your mama, your grandma has some. All women got some 304 in them. But they don't all bring it out for everybody. Some bring it out for everybody. But they don't all bring it out for everybody. And so those are the type of things that you men have to always understand. Never think you found that one, because there is no one. From the time they're born, they are taught to get what they can from the man. They're just taught that. And in this society today, men are taught you give everything you can and you outgive the next man. You make the woman choose you because you trick off more than the next man. Gone are the days where the pimp principles are taught to young men, where they're taught, no, you have value. How you gonna be with the woman and pay the woman? She coming up, she getting a double whammy. She getting you and your money. Like, you gotta teach boys that they have value, man. That their only value is not as a utility to some woman. It's not as a bill payer to some woman. It's not as a validator to some woman. You got to teach these boys this. And the only way you're going to do that is by teaching them to apply pimp principles to the square world. And I'm going to be honest with you. There ain't nobody in the world better than that, better at that than Dr. BOA. Am I saying this? It ain't some boys on the blade that get down on the blade. There's some boys on the blade that get down on the blade. I'm talking about got them girls out there getting it. But when they come to the square world, man, they turn into a super lame because it ain't the same game. You got to take the principles and you got to adjust them. You got to tweak them. You got to maneuver them, man. You got to make them fit into this world. And most of them ain't never been in this world in no successful manner with no women, so they don't know how to do it. So if you want to figure this out, subscribe to this channel right now, because that's what we do over here, baby. We apply Pimp principles to the square world. In the square world, you apply some alpha to the pimp, and you can't be alpha without the Most High. So that eliminates a whole lot of the negative energy that y'all attach to the word pimp. There is no negativity attached to the word pimp over here in the alpha sphere. There's a difference between the regular old pimp and the alpha pimp. See, the alpha pimp just takes the principles that work in the square world that the Most High would approve of and applies them to the life over here. Because you don't need everything that you have on the turf over here in the square world, these square girls. You dig? I ain't telling you what I heard, man. I'm telling you what I know. So let's run down this list. Pimp principle number 1. Accept the truth about your capacity to stay emotionally detached. That's what we just saw. This man just taught his son a valuable lesson in emotional detachment. This is why I say you don't emotionally attach to a woman. So her actions don't pull you out of your alpha mindset and put you in a feminine emotional state of responding with your feelings. You don't want to do that. You can't do that. That's not going to be productive for you. Pimp principle number 2. Accept the woman for who she truly is, not her representation of herself. Damn sure not who you want her to be. If she is who she is, that's who she's gonna be. Just because she put on a Halloween mask don't mean after trick-or-treat time is over, she ain't gonna go back to her regular self. So just automatically let her be her regular self in your mind. Pimp principle number 3. Put yourself in a position to be the breadwinner, whether in real life or in her mind. How do you put yourself in a position of breadwinner in a woman's mind? See, there's 2 things that you can put in a woman's life to automatically improve it. You can do what the trick do and put your money into her life. Or you can do what the pimp does and put your wisdom, understanding, knowledge into her life. You'll be surprised that it only takes you to tell a woman one thing to turn her business around or cut some cost in her business, and she automatically views you as a business god. You don't have to give a woman money out your own pocket to be a breadwinner in her mind. What's even better than that is showing her how to make more money or save more money in her own thing that she got going on. That's if you choose to deal with a woman who get into the money. You ain't got to deal with her from a simple perspective like this guy right here said. You don't have to do that. Pimp principle number 4. Never have a woman who views herself as superior to you in any way, but especially in the ways that she values the most. If a woman values education, you cannot be with that woman without education and deal with her from a position of power. I'm talking about formal education now. You can equate self-education and world education and all that with but I'm talking about a woman who views a degree. If a woman says one of the most valuable things in the world to me is that a man has a college education, she don't care if you got money. She would rather have you with a college education without money. She values the education more. Maybe that's what her family values. Maybe everybody in her family has a degree. They could all be broke, but maybe they got a degree. Either way, that woman is not for you. But you got to have the mental aptitude. You have to have the intestinal fortitude to say, that woman ain't for me. I'm going to leave her alone. I ain't going to mess with her. Pimp principle number 5. If she wasn't always fine, even when she approves her appearance, she's still ugly in her own mind. So you never can let a woman's physical appearance make you think that she's on a level, because you're putting her on a level that she probably ain't on in her own mind. But it doesn't take a woman long to pick up that level and start to imagine she's in it. She lives in a fantasy world. I've been looking for this video, man. I saw, man, I haven't been able to find it yet, man, with this big bone woman. I'm talking about, man, that woman had to be, man, about 250. She was walking through this event, look like a fair or something, man. Some event, fishnet with a bikini up under it. She walking through there, man, all timid and all that. Them boys start going crazy out there like she was the finest thing they ever seen. All she was a woman with a big old butt that had a thong or that had a bikini on. And so they just went crazy. They was all around her taking pictures, doing all that. At first, man, she was letting them touch her. They were treating her like a piece of meat at first. Suddenly, boy, she got that confidence. I don't know if it's because somebody who had some money or somebody who she thought was too attractive to be doing that. Man, all of a sudden, bam, she perked up, man. She was walking around there like this, walking around like a stallion, not even speaking or looking at those guys anymore, walking through like she was the prize that they had just turned her into. By the time she got to the end of it, I ain't gonna even lie, she looked better when she got to the end of it because of the confidence they gave her. The majority of women you meet don't have confidence like you would think they have based on their appearance. That's why they put all that stuff on top of their appearance, because they're not pleased with what they see without all of the additives. Pimp principle number 6. Never be impressed by a woman's material possession because she'll spend all her money to look like money. Just because a woman drive this car or a woman live here or a woman wear these fashions, 9 times out of 10, that woman is in the red. Her net worth is so upside down, man, that blood rushing to her head every time she wake up in the morning. Don't worry about her material possessions. They don't mean nothing. They're just a way for her to look like money. Because having all those material possessions, that don't mean you got money. That means you spent money. Pimp principle number 7. Every woman got some 304 in her, but they don't all bring it out for everybody. But if she ain't bringing it out for you, that's because she ain't attracted to you. Leave a woman who you can't get the 304 to come out of her, man. Come on, bro. If you meet a woman, man, that's been active, there ain't many things she ain't done. And if you can't get that bond with her, and it ain't about all the different types of things she'll do, it's about the energy of it. If you got to converse with the woman and talk with the woman and argue and debate with the woman, man, just so you could get some leg, homie, you with the wrong woman. If you can't bring the 304 out, man, let me tell you something. You got to understand that some other man can. Pimp principle number 8. Never let a woman run you. Meaning never let a woman give you the runaround. Okay, I'm going to call you, but don't call. Okay, I'm going to text you, but don't text. Okay, I'll be there, but don't show up. Don't text, don't call. Come on, man. You a simp. If you let women flake on you, you a simp. If you let women get away with not calling you back, you a simp. If you let women get away with not responding to your text, you a simp. It's too many women in the world for you to be letting one give you the runaround. Never let a woman make you jump through hoops. How many things you going to do to impress the woman? How many things you going to buy to impress the woman? How many ways you going to diminish your own value to impress the woman? Don't do it. And finally, never pay her to play or pay her to stay. If you pay to play, you know you're automatically a trick. If you pay her to stay, you even a bigger trick than that. You a simping trick. You get? Pimp principle number 9. Never let her put her hands in your pocket without strict governance and double checking the stickiness of her fingers, because it's in her nature to see if she can get a mile if you give her half a mile. It's in her nature to see if she could get 2 feet if you give her 1 foot. It's in her nature to try to fly space shuttle if you give her a driver's license. Just in her nature, man. So, for example, if a woman is planning to leave you, if you got a wife she planning to divorce you, trust me, she already stacking up your paper in ways that you don't even know about before that. You understand? It's the same thing on the turf. If a woman is planning to leave a pimp, man, you know what she gonna do? She already put some money to the side somewhere. She may be pulling a 20 off here, pulling a 10 off there, pulling a such and such off here, man, or going a little bit harder, making a little bit more. Let's say if you wanted to bring 2,500 and she make 28 every night. She putting that 300 somewhere. She getting ready to roll. You understand what I'm saying? That's just a part of it. And pimp principle number 10. If she don't want you, it's her loss. Who is she for you to feel like you losing some? She losing some. You know you better than you know her. You know you better you know anybody. You know you better anybody know you. You know every single one of the positive qualities that you bring. Don't nobody else know all of them. Somebody may know a bunch of them, but you know all of them. How you gonna let a woman convince you taking the loss when you get to keep you? Forget the broad. You get to keep you. She can go wherever she want to go. You get to keep you. Me think I care about a broad man saying, well, this is too much for me and blah, blah, blah. Well, get gone somewhere. I get to keep me. You know, when my life is over, when the woman get to leave with me and leave me with something I don't know what it is, I get to keep me, dog. You know how great it is that I get to keep me? No matter who goes anywhere, I get to keep Doc BOA, dog. I get to keep this man that I've been working to build into the best version of itself for my whole life, man. My life's work is becoming my most alpha version. And no matter who leaves, I get to keep my life's work. It don't even matter about the money. It don't matter about none of that. It's the fact that the thing I put the most time, effort, and energy into in my life, I get to keep it. I get to keep it, man. Can't complain about that, bro. Can't complain about that. You get to keep it. That's what I want you men to think about. If you lose your job, okay, things gonna be a little tough financially, but guess what? You lost the job. No, they lost you. You get to keep you. If the woman leave you, so what? You get to keep you. I don't care how much work you put in on a relationship. You put in 10 times more work on yourself. You get to keep you. Your legacy is always going to be you, because you can have 50 sons, but if you don't raise them in a way that's concurrent with your legacy, that you're going to be 50 dudes out here living crazy. Man, you get to keep you. The most valuable commodity you have is yourself. You get to keep the one thing that you know is worth investing in the future in, and that's yourself, dog. And that's real. So, got a couple of super chats in here, man. Let's see what we got here. I appreciate y'all tuning in for this one, man. I ain't really know what turnout was gonna be for this. Mark Rodriguez, I see you in the joint, man. Appreciate you being in the joint. I got Charles Beatty, man. Got a couple more in here. Let's see. Ray Allen, salute, man. Appreciate the 5 bone. Thank for the gospel doc. Salute to you, Ray. What we got here, man? Daniel Baskerville, man. Appreciate 2 bone. What's going on, King? What's going down, BOA? Salute to you, man. Out here, man, trying to live it, man. We out here just getting it. I got one thing, man, that I want to look at in here. Somebody asked. Let me see. I got Supreme C in the joint. Salute to you, C. Appreciate the dime, man. Real talk. The best part is yourself. That's it, man. The best part of every scenario you ever been in is yourself. All right. Brandon Sample. Appreciate the 5 bones, man. I appreciate it, bro. All right. So, Mill J says, hey, doctor, I got a quick question. I know this off topic, but I pretty much have most of the money that I need for truck driving school. Should I get a loan for the rest or pay most of it and then make payments? Yeah, man, just pay most of it and make payments. If they let you make payments, make payments. If you get a loan, there's going to be some interest on it, some finance fees and all that. So you're losing money to get the rest of the money. You know what I'm saying? It's going to cost you more if you get the loan than it will if you pay it on. And there may be a little bit of interest if you pay it on payment, but it won't be nearly as much as a personal loan. Personal loans have hella interest on it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think you'll need enough to afford to qualify as a business loan. So I would I'll first look at both, man. But I imagine that just paying most of it and then making payment arrangement with the truck driving facility, man. I think that'll probably be your best bet. So that's what I would do. But do look at both options, though. Brandon Sample, man. Appreciate the 5. I think I already got Brandon Sample. No, it might be Brandon Sample again. No, that was him the first time. Okay, there you go. Mill J. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, just pay most of it, man, and make payments as you go, man. You know what I'm saying? Because either way it go, you got to make payments, but it's better to make payments on the actual service if you can than to go get a loan, then, freaking have to pay the loan back. It's just a big mess, man. Tree Breeze 79, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you joining the Alpha family. Appreciate you joining the Green Label Gang. All right, homies, we're gonna get ready to slide out of here, man. Got a couple of new music videos getting ready to shoot, man, and might have a big announcement coming up for y'all, man. I'm about to head upstate, man, and make some big connection, man. Meet up with some real movers and shakers, man. So we'll see how things gonna go, man. Y'all keep the atmosphere prayed up, man, as we move around, man. Try to get some things done. Cop to your flop. Appreciate the dime. Appreciate you, Doc. Keep grinding and growing, like you said. God bless. Salute to you, man. Salute. Appreciate you. Look, man, I appreciate all y'all being in the joint, man. Let's get ready to slide on out of here, man. And let's take a run, man, to get out of here to some let's get out here to some new music, man. Upcoming music, man, from Pimp Motivation 101. Y'all put God first. Keep grinding and growing, my brothers. SJ, as always, salute to you, man. When I get up in Buffalo, man, in Syracuse rather, man, we gonna link up, cuz. Peace.
You know, man, there's a lot of sipping going on that's responsible for the modern woman's bad behavior. So I thought I'd make a pimp anthem for the simp tantrums. Yeah.
Baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me? I said, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me, girl? All the mama need is a regulator to hold her accountable instead of tricking paper. Her shaky self-esteem needs a motivator, so faking it to make it won't overtake her. She don't understand that her beauty is inside. She just hides behind the fake lashes on her eyes. She just huddles under all the weave on her head. Self-hate is a lie, self-love is dead. Never had a man to make her earn what she gets. The type who she submits to and serve and make a wish. She says I'm the manliest man that she ever met, and the most dominant man that she ever said. I know that I am. Don't get emotional, cause I just don't give a damn. All I gotta say is if I change your life in a major way, baby, you gotta pay what you weigh. Let the chorus say, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me? I said, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me, girl? She only understands financial loving, cause she never had truly romantic loving. Just being secret lovers with somebody's husband, and this last time it was a first cousin. She don't understand how it tears her up inside, even with the heartache and the tears in her eyes. Like a crash dummy, high speed to the wall. She don't know that pride precedes the fall. Never had a man to make her earn what she gets. The type who she submits to and serve and make a wish. She says I'm the manliest man that she ever met, and the most dominant man that she ever said. I know that I am. Don't get emotional, cause I just don't give a damn. All I gotta say is if I change your life in a major way, baby, you gotta pay what you weigh. Let the chorus say, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me? I said, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me, girl?